Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how you can do high speed capture and slow motion video with CameraX 1.5 in native Android application. So let's get started. So first let me show you guys the output. So here you can see I'm mirroring my device. So first it is asking me for camera permission. I'll just give the camera permission. Then it is asking me for record audio permission. I'll just give that. Then here you can see I have the start button. So I'll just click on the start button. I'll just move my camera. So here I'm just moving my camera, nothing else. Okay, so hopefully you can see some objects as well. I'm just moving my camera, that's it. Then I'll just click on stop. If you have some object or some person doing some kind of an activity, that would be even great. Now the video is saved to external storage. Now to play the video in slow motion, what I will do is I'll just go to the Photos app like Google Photos, and here I'll just go to maybe collections. So here inside collections, here you can see I have this CameraX video. So I'll just click on it and you can see this particular icon, right? This icon is a little different. So if I just show it for normal video, so this is a normal video, right? Here you can see the play icon is little bit different, and if I just go it to the video which I have recorded, it has this dot color thing. So this is an indication that this is a slow motion video. Now if I try to, so I'll just first play a normal video. So here you can see I have a normal video. So if I just play it, here you can see I don't have the slow motion picker kind of a thing, right? But if I play the actual video which I have recorded, so here you can see this is the actual video. I'll just move my camera. So here you can see I'll just mute the video so that I don't get distracted. Sorry about the background noise as well. But above the actual seek bar, here you can see this this thing which you see at the top is the actual slow motion thing. So here you can see if I just play it, I can just play around with this value. So this will actually here you can see it is now. Again, the slow motion is not really that good in this because I'm not capturing a person, but if you're capturing a person while running or doing some kind of an activity, then things would be more clearer for you. But hopefully you got the point. So yeah, let's see how to achieve this. Just give me a second. I'll go someplace quiet because there is lot of background noise. Okay, so hopefully you can hear me better now. Now what I have done is that I have just created a native Android application, but if you want you can use an XML like I'm using XML layout, but if you want you can use Jetpack Compose as well. It's completely up to you. So first things first, once I created a native Android application, then the next thing which I did was I just went to the build.gradle.kts. Now like I said, you require at least CameraX 1.5.0, and also this feature is experimental at the time of me recording this video. So here you can see I have added camera core 1.5, camera 2 1.5, camera lifecycle 1.5.1, camera view 1.5.1, and camera video 1.5.1. then you just have to click on the sync now button and it will download all the dependencies for you. Then you need to go to Android manifest. Here you need to use this uses feature of Android hardware camera, then the record audio permission, camera permission, as well as write external storage permission. Then here you can see nothing really as such different. So here I have just added all this permission. Then here I just go to activity underscore main, and here you can see I have added this preview view for our camera preview and one button for starting and stopping the video capture. Okay, then here is our main activity. So I'll just simply scroll. Here you can see these are all the imports which I have added over here, and at the time of me recording, like I said, this is still experimental. That's why I have to add this particular annotations as well. But in case if it does become stable by the time you guys are watching the video, make sure you remove this particular thing as well. Then here is our video capture recorder. Here is our recording. Here is our camera executor service. Here is our preview view. Here is our button as well. Then here we request the multiple camera permissions which we require. So if permissions are granted, then we just start our camera, else we display a toast message. Then inside on create, we initialize our viewfinder, we initialize our button. If all camera permissions are given, then we just call start camera, else we call request permission. Then on click of the button we just called capture video. Then here we get hold of our video capture. Then we just disable our button. Then here if the current recording is not equal to null, we stop the recording, we make it null. Then here we set the simple date format as well. Then we use content values dot apply by setting the display name, MIME type, and if Android version greater than P, we also set the relative path. Then here we set the media store output options. Okay, then here we initialize our recording, and if audio permission is given, we initialize the recording with audio enabled. Then we start the recording. Then here if video record event dot start, then we just change the text of our button as well as is enabled to true. And if video record event dot finalize, and if there are no error, then we just display a toast message with the path where the video is saved. So the video is saved to external storage, so any video player app can access that particular video. Then here we close the recording, we make it as null as well. Then here we just set the text of our button. Then inside start camera we get hold of our camera provider feature, we add a listener, we get hold of our camera provider. Then we get, now here is the important part. So here we get the back camera info. Here we get the video capabilities as well, and video capabilities, if it is equal to null, that is that means the device cannot capture high speed video, so you won't be able to test it, so be careful with this. Then here we initialize a preview, we initialize our recorder, we initialize our video capture. Then here you need to add this high speed session video session config, and the important thing is you have to add this set slow motion enable as true. Then here we do camera info dot get supported frame rate range. Then we do session config builder dot set frame rate range. Then here we get hold of our default back camera. Then we do use case group dot builder, add the preview use case as well as video capture use case. We unbind our camera provider. Now if the video capabilities is equal to null, then we just bind the use case group dot builder. If it is not equal to null, then we bind the session config builder dot build. So I am providing the backwards edge case as well, backward compatibility as well, in case if your device does not support high speed video capture. In that case slow motion video will not be playable. Okay, so be mindful of that. Then here we are just requesting camera permissions. This is just a helper method to check whether all permissions was granted, and inside on destroy we shut down our camera executor, and here we have just defined variables with the required camera permissions. So yeah, that's all there is to it. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.